when I was working on the railway, there was a chap I was friendly with at the signal box at Parton, a chap called Jimmy. He had a War Department matchless 350 motorbike, and I bought it for £5. Mum said, "What on earth?" And she said, "Can you ride that?" I said, "Of course I can. Get on it." So I got and I rode straight across into the lamppost. And on the photograph, if you look closely, it shows you a dent in this side of the tank, and I knocked the front mudguard off, and it's fastened up with string on the photograph. Yeah, I can remember that. But the station, it's up where the cenotaph is up there, and the station master, Mr. Hughes, he also had a paper shop on the main street called Hughes' Paper Shop.
It was a nice station as well, that underground where you went on the other side. So, but that's where the Mountain Rescue is now, the new one. We still go up line for a walk, up cycle path it is now, isn't it?
It was called the CKNP, Cockermouth, Keswick and Pennant Railway. The line split at Working. One came, as you came out of Working towards Cockermouth, one went left to Carlisle, and this one came up here and went to Penrith. I mean, there was trains all around here. There was trains used to go to Camerton, used to come to Broughton, Brigham, to Papcastle. But I mean, the trains were pretty good. They were pretty well used as well.
We went to Keswick on them, up to big sports. It used to be nice watching trains. But you used to watch them go, and steam used to stand on bridge and watch steam coming up. Yeah, it was nice.
I loved steam trains. I loved when I worked there, when the steam trains were there, it was the smell of the engine or whatever, you know. And you got a diesel coming, it was dead as a dodo, you know, there was nothing there. You never thought in a million years they would do away with this one. I mean, they used to get coal coming into Working, into Working Harbour, and they'd unload the coal onto coal wagons on the train. They'd travel up to Cockermouth. Now, when they got into Cockermouth, there was a viaduct used to come over the road. But just before I got to the viaduct was the coal yards for the people, the merchants, the coal merchants. And they used to have, on the railway, there was a gap in the materials. And all you would do, you would pull a slot on the coal wagon, it would drop the coal down into the yard. They would bag it up and deliver you bags of coal. And it was similar at Whitehaven when the trains were there at Whitehaven Harbour. If it was reversed, they were taking coal from Whitehaven, maybe going across to Ireland or somewhere with it. The boats would come in, because when I worked on the railway, we used to have a walk down there. And the trains would come alongside the harbour, right alongside the harbour wall. And again, they'd an open chute. That was the harbour there with the boat. And it used to have a chute that went down into the hold of the boat, and they would come along and just open the wagon door, and the coal would drop out straight into the boat. Of course, that's gone now. It's all been developed.
Another theme we've not covered is the bus station.
Oh, it used to be on this main street where Fagan's is at now. It used to be a room, and that was the bus station. And you used to go and sit in there and wait for the buses coming past.
You used to go in, and there was a counter, and you'd say you're catching a bus to such and such a place. And the station master would come to you and say, "There's a bus on the far side at 10 minutes going to Keswick, or this side going to Workington," and you would sit in the waiting room. And then when the bus came, he would come in and tell you the bus was there, escort you out. It was amusing to see the station master come out with his long coat on and his top hat, and "This is your bus, sir," and madam, what have you. And now you're jumping on it when it's moving or what have you. And as I say, when I first started on the railway, I used to catch the miners' bus. Because there was no pithead bus, and people got to know when the miners were coming back. And they would say, "Don't get on that bus, it's miners' bus," because they'd all get on. You couldn't help it, you know, they were covered in coal dust and what have you. If they sat on the seat, then somebody sat on there with a dress or something, you know, so don't get on that bus, it's the coal miners' bus.
I can still see them coming off buses with all the black faces and that. You saw come off bus used to pull in, and they used to all get off it.
So, yeah, there was quite a lot of people who worked from Cockermouth area, worked at Siddick, and I think it was like the creme de la creme. It was the best run mine. Because I remember when I was working on the railway, they built some pithead bus at Siddick, because the line went right past there. Carlisle line went past Siddick, and they were doing this building up. So what is it? Oh, it's bus for the pit. So it was great. The man could finish the shift, go up, get washed, get changed, and back to being presentable.